Hey, good morning. It's Mike Zschunke with Berkshire Hathaway Homes and Shifton Properties in Scottsdale, Arizona. Friday morning market chat live. Let's see, what are we going to talk about? Residential, commercial, the economy. And who knows? We'll see where we end up, see how much time we have. I try to keep these to about 10 or 15 minutes. But anyway, it's been an interesting week. We've kind of been all over the place. Every little type of asset class, buy side, sell side, commercial, residential. So anyway, interesting this October. Accepted contracts on single-family detached homes. Let's go back to inventory where we always like to start. Inventory across Maricopa County was down a little bit this week. In Maricopa County, it was down quite a bit. Scottsdale was just down six single-family detached homes. So not really enough to make a difference, but we've got some coming on the market. We've got a lot going off the market, and it's been busy. Like I said, we went live on a new listing last Friday, and it's just been a week full of showing. So it's been busy, a lot of phone calls with that. But anyway, accepted contracts for the month of October was the best in the past 3 years. It looks a lot, this market looks a lot like 2014, which was a pretty normal, pretty good market. And that's supply and demand now. That's kind of how we're looking now after we had the 2008, 2009, 2010. 2014 is kind of where we started to level off. And that's what the market looks like now. Let's see, where accepted contracts was 15% higher this October than last October. Interesting though, $1 million to $1.5 million single family detached homes, 29% more accepted contracts. And then if you look over $2 million, 68% more accepted contracts. Over $2 million. So, when you see the headlines and they say doom and gloom, blah, blah, we'll talk about that later in a positive note. But every market has their own little environment, little economy. And, Scottsdale's moving quite along. There's a lot of money out there. So, when the stock market's doing well, wealthier people feel wealthier. Does that make sense? Yeah. So they spend money, $2 million on a property. It's maybe not a big deal, or if they were looking to. Anyway, we've got the best buyer's market, the rumor on the street, word on the street, the best buyer's market since 2009. Rates have dipped a little bit this year, actually. Rates have just dipped a little bit in the past 6, 8, 9 months. So we've got, I always say, you want to buy when that curve of activity is just starting to launch. And that's where we're going. It actually started a little bit early this year, I think. We're just, November 7th? And I started a little bit early this year. You've got till Thanksgiving to sell your home. Then it's going to get a little goofy always between Thanksgiving and Christmas. People just forget about it. But the buyers that are here are serious buyers. So price your house aggressively if you're looking to sell. You've got, 54 days left till 2026. It's pretty amazing, right? But, Fountain Hills, Paradise Valley, Scottsdale, Cave Creek, Gilbert, Chandler, they're all still in that slight seller's market, and it's just because of inventory. The demand's here. People aren't afraid of these interest rates anymore, and they shouldn't be. It's 6%, and that's not bad historically. I know prices are a little high, and you can make a case for either way, but anyway, going into the fourth quarter here, it's always historically a good time if you're looking for properties. The fourth quarter is good. Because a lot of people, January, February, March, April, that's when people are really in Scottsdale. All the activities, the Barrett Jacksons, the golf outing, things like that. We've got a great property over by TPC. If it's an awesome investment property or it's, second home, whatever, it's a good property. You definitely give me a shout. It's $815 we're asking. And asking is just that, just an asking price. I wanted to touch base on that because I've had a lot of conversations this week. The floors need to be redone. The floors don't need to be redone. But people say, especially younger generation, housing's unaffordable. My first house was 80 miles from my job. I had to get in the car. Some days it was an hour and a half commute. Some days it was a 4-hour commute in cold December evenings. But, you buy what you can afford, get in the market. That's all, all ships rise. You're gonna make money. So Anyway, January, we'll always have a good new rush of new listings. So if you can wait till January to buy and you want to wait, you're going to have more competition on the buy side, but also on the sell side. If you're looking to sell, why not put it? I always say, why not put it on now? We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. Appreciate every day we wake up, but you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. January, there's always a flood of new listings. So if you're thinking about putting your house on the market, why are you going to wait for all that competition to come on? So I don't know, buy or sell. I just think, I always think do today, don't wait for tomorrow because you never know really what's going to happen. It's funny now. People are hesitant to make offers. I had a conversation the other day with somebody, and we're not asking the moon. They said on one of their listings, and I said, well, people aren't making offers. They're afraid of confrontation. I guess maybe it's because people don't pick up the phone anymore. Everybody texts and emails. I can't tell you the amount of email offers I've gotten on this property. I'm not interested in that. Pick up the phone. If I don't hear from you by voice, we're not doing business. So that's just the way it is. Actually, I do have to present it to the seller. But let's have a conversation by voice. And if you're looking to purchase a property and you find one you like, you want to make an offer, put it on paper. We've been doing this long enough. I know which agents price their homes right. I know which agents just take listings and they price their home ridiculous. And you kind of know with each agent in the area in Scottsdale, Phoenix, we kind of know who's who around, and we know how much negotiating room there is. Don't listen to your Zillows and your online stuff. That's a whole nother topic. But, we just being in the business, like your industry, whatever industry you are in, how things work. There's an unspoken professionalism and unspoken expertise. Well, your agent has that, or they should have that, so listen to them. They know what they're doing. Most people buy and sell 3 or 4 properties in their lifetime. We see it every day. So just something what did I read yesterday? Nobody teaches you how to buy or sell a house. So if you think you're learning on HGTV, that's not really how it's working. So it's my job to guide you through it. I'm not here to buy it. I'm not here to sell you anything or whatever. I'm here to help you. Just, like any other professional. But anyway, let's see. Where are we going here? Put it on paper, make an offer. That was what we wanted to talk about. Privacy. Zillow came out. Speaking of Zillow, I don't like to badmouth anything. I can't stand Zillow, but everybody uses it. All of my clients are also clients of Zillow. Well, when we work with clients, there's a ton of tools we use with Berkshire Hathaway. That's why we're with Berkshire Hathaway, because I'm an independent contractor. I love their tools. I love their network. It's not just a real estate network. Berkshire Hathaway is an insurance company, actually, a holding company. So our database goes through all those. But I don't put my specific clients' data into that database because I respect their privacy. I don't want to share that. Zillow just came out they redefined their privacy. They purchased an app called Follow Up Boss. Follow Up Boss is a CRM. It's a relationship manager tool if you're in sales. And it's probably one of the, I don't want to say it's the biggest one. It's the biggest one for salespeople. But your data is in there. Zillow now says we're going to use that data however we like. So you as a salesperson, whether you're selling bolts or selling cars or boats or airplane, whatever you're selling houses, you put your clients in that database. Zillow now owns that. It doesn't even have to be real estate related, and they can sell that data to whoever. And I really respect our clients' privacy. My own privacy. It's a scary world out there. But anyway, we're just in a pretty normal market for residential. We're going pretty long there. Commercial, we're working on a Fun Gilbert project. Business owner, building got sold. Building manager's kind of an asshole and not really playing by the rules, I guess. So we're seeing if we can get her out, talking to an attorney, see if we can get her in to buy a building. That way she's gonna know her cash flow. And I always say, if I'm the commercial side, own your business. You don't want to have your business. You earn income, your family's income, putting food on the table. Your business relies on where you have your business. So if you don't own that building, the landlord can knock it down or raise your rent. And then it hurts your business. So we're looking to see how we can help her buy the building and just kind of solidify that. There's stability. There's tax rate. I'm not an accountant, but talk to your accountant. But anyway, Phoenix Industrial is hot again. There was some thought that maybe Phoenix was overbuilding their industrial. I'm pretty big in the small industrial, not the million square foot warehouses. Those are teams of people that work on those. But like I say, follow the big money. Small industrial. Under 150,000 square feet, vacancy 7%. That's super low, super low. So if you can find a small 10,000 square foot warehouse, light industrial building, that's a no-brainer. Especially as an investor, that's so much easier to manage than a single family detached home or a single family rental property. Who's that person going to call in the middle of the night when your water heater goes bad? So their water heater goes bad. But just light industrial, I love it. It's a great asset class. Let's see. Phoenix is a major logistic hub starting to come. I worked with a client a few years ago who moved his business from California to just over the border, or not just over the border, an hour and a half into Phoenix. Saved himself $100,000 a month in property taxes. Owned storage units. So we see a lot of that. Phoenix is a major logistics hub. Just location-wise, people are getting out of California. I talked to a couple people this week, a couple clients in New York, and we could go all day on that one. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, your vote matters. That's all I'm going to say. Your vote matters. Get out, vote. Be a part of the community. Small business owner, buy your property in the LLC. Chandler, the 191,000 square foot data center just sold for $130 million. I think last week I mentioned Scottsdale Air Park. It was pretty hot for office space. Chandler, Mesa Gilbert's pretty big for data centers. It's Buckeye too. But what's interesting about this is the building was mostly vacant. City of Chandler had changed some zoning codes. The building no longer fit the requirement for a data center. Big money out of New York came in, refit the building, made a deal with Chandler. Say, hey, we're going to put this money into this building if you can help us get through the zoning. And they did. They made a deal. They sold the building for $130 million. They made a lot of money. We'll just say that. Another thing, northeast corner of 101 in Scottsdale. If you think that industrial property there, Mac Industrial, is not a problem, I was getting off Princess Drive exit yesterday. The line of cars must have been 100 cars long. So pay attention to what's going on around you. Go to your city council meetings. Then just know what's happening. Actually, new one, Salt River Indian Reservation. They're putting up requests for proposals for 270 acres along the Salt River down by Tempe. That's always been kind of a dead area, but that's going to start growing. There's some activity there. We used to ride dirt bikes there in college when the river was dry. So kind of fun. If you've gone to Phoenix Airport from Scottsdale, you've been by it a million times. But that's going to be interesting. The Indian Reservation needs to raise some cash, I guess. So they're going to put some development there. But anyway, okay, economy. Everybody's talking about the government shutdown and lack of data. I'm not really buying it. I think that's kind of an excuse because there's a lot of different data points. That government data, that's got some room there. It moves, it goes in and out, and can you really trust it? We had ADP report the other day. It was real strong on the jobs number. The economy, we have 4% gross domestic product. We've got, what's unemployment? 3%? Oh, no. 4% gross domestic product, 3% inflation, and unemployment's right around 4%. 1993, when I got out of college, GDP was about 1%. Unemployment was 9%. I remember knocking on doors. I went to Chicago and I just rode the escalators all day long until I found a job. But, that was the recession. Now the economy's pretty good. We've got 4% growth. Let's call it gross domestic product. Let's consider that growth in layman's terms. 3% inflation, 4% unemployment. That's pretty good. Everybody wants the Fed to cut rates in December. There's no reason to. The economy's, I know things are expensive. Things are tight it's kind of really been separated. There's a bifurcation, I guess. I like that I heard that word. My father's first heart attack, I learned the word bifurcation. And now they're using it in the economic world. But, it's pretty good. People who are responsible and disciplined, they're doing okay. So no reason to cut rates. Yesterday I heard housing analysts. I worked in the financial field for most of my adult career, the bond market and things. Analysts are now talking about Jerome Powell and the Fed said that they're going to let the mortgage-backed securities roll off and lower the balance sheet. Well, they must have turned off their TV or their news source, because what they all missed was that they're going to replace that with short-term treasury bills. So if the U.S. government's going to issue more treasury bills, there's going to be more supply out there. If there's more supply out there, treasury bill price drops. When price drops, yields go up. So be careful who you listen to. If they have a poli-sci or, some kind of background and they're talking about the economy, take it with a grain of salt. And it's funny, I get a lot of news sources, just as you do in your industry. The economy's good, the economy's bad. One thing can say one thing, the economy's good. Another thing can say the economy's bad. And there's just a lot of bad news out there, especially on X. I got to stay off X because I get myself in trouble on there. If you want to follow me, Shift One Properties. I don't bite my tongue very much on there, but maybe I should. I don't know. But anyway, interesting. So enough of the doom and gloom. Focus on you. If we can help you buy or sell real estate, let us know. We're here to help you, not here to sell you anything. We've got I'm actually officiating a friend's wedding this evening. A friend asked me in 2011 to get my Universal Life Church ordination, I guess. This is my 5th wedding I've done. We just do it for fun. I was fortunate enough to meet my best friend and wife we got married when we were 12 or something like that, long time ago. And I think marriage is awesome. I love it. So I enjoy that. So we'll be officiating a wedding this afternoon, 5th one. So it's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy sharing that and that commitment between two people. So I want to ask for your prayers. I have a client, actually on the business end, it's kind of a new deal for me. 94 years old. I've become pretty close with him. Spent a lot of hours on at his kitchen table. I'm so curious about life back 94 years ago, and there's so much knowledge for us to live there. Everybody thinks they know everything. 94 years old, that's awesome. But anyway, he's not doing so well. We've got a lot of his properties listed, and I don't know. We got to figure that out. But I ask for your prayers. He's not doing so well, but we're gonna work through that. And it kind of breaks my heart. I've gotten pretty close to him. I love his knowledge. Love talking to him, and it kind of chokes me up a little bit. But anyway, I just ask for your prayers. Thank you on that. And anyway, we gotta run. If we can help you buy or sell, residential, commercial, anything to do with real estate. If you have a question, if you have a deal, need to know how to work through. That's what I do. Give me a call. 203-733-5877. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Be smart. Be safe. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.